What's up, students? Bienvenidos a su clase de inglés. Ya saben quién soy el teacher Orlando y el día de hoy toca ver el tema de math. Decidí que vamos a acabar estas clases con el tema de una materia, ¿verdad? La cual es muy importante. Y bueno, sin más que decir, vayamos a la clase. Antes de comenzar, asegúrense de anotar estos 3 datos, tanto en la tarea de este video como en su apunte de la clase de Aprende en Casa. En Name, escriben su nombre completo. En Grade, su grado y grupo. Y en School, escriban 20N si son de la 20 de noviembre o JMMP si son de la José María Morelos y Pavón. No olvides mandar tus tareas a mi correo electrónico orlando.dca2, es importante que lleve el 2, @gmail.com, a cualquier hora o cualquier día, o a mi WhatsApp, el cual únicamente atiendo de martes a viernes de 12 del día a 5 de la tarde. And today's topic is going to be a little math, un poco de matemática. You know, I like this topic because we only talk about the names of the signs we use in math. I'm not going to teach you math, alright? So don't worry. Number 1, to add, to add, we use plus. Para agregar, usamos esta palabra. Plus, like PlayStation Plus, Disney Plus. I know this is a cross, but in this case we're going to see plus. For example, 8 plus 2 equals 10. Alright? Recuerden anotar todo, ¿de acuerdo? Bien. Number 2, to subtract, para restar, we use minus. This sign, okay? So let's see. There it says 8 minus 2 equals 6. Okay? The minus sign is called, of course, minus. Well, number 3, and by the way, in this case, you just have to write down. There's no need to write in Spanish. I think we can understand clearly, since we are using only signs. So yes, number 3, to multiply, we use times. This word is like time, but in plural, but of course, the word time, there's no need to use it in plural, because in this case, times means in Spanish, a veces. No, sorry, a veces no. Let's just say veces. For example, 8 veces 2 igual a 16. But en español no usamos veces, decimos por. 8 por 2 equivale a 16. Alright? So far so good? Great. Number 4. To divide, we use divided by. Dividido por. So in this case, this is the divisor. This is the dividend, and this is the quotient, okay, like the result, quotient. But of course, also in Spanish, quotient means cociente, okay. If we do a different division, and we have some other numbers in this part, those are called reminders, okay. But you don't have to write down that, since I didn't write it, okay. Great, let's continue with number 5. This sign, I already used it in this part, right? But what was the word that I said? Equals. 8 plus 2 equals 10. 8 minus 2 equals 6. 8 plus 2 equals 16. Alright? So this sign is going to be equals. Number 6, I like this sign because we can see it every time there are special offers in stores. For example, during El Buen Fin, we saw this sign in a lot of places, right? Because that means percentage. However, when we place another number before, is the percent. For example, I bought this board with a 50% off, con 15% de descuento. In Spanish we do the same. Percentage means porcentaje, but when we use it or when we apply to something that we rest, that we take off, for example, with a number, we say 15% de descuento. Okay? Great. Number 7. To be honest, I think this one is very difficult to use. Okay? So I only going to teach you the name of that sign. I'm not going to teach you how to do that operation. However, this is called square root. Square root. The name means the same in Spanish, but remember that the order of the adjective changes. Okay? So square in Spanish means cuadro, cuadrado, cuadrada, and root. What do you think it is? Root. Exactly, raíz. But remember, in Spanish we don't say cuadrada raíz. Alright? Decimos raíz cuadrada. Then number 8. This sign sometimes is used in calculators. Slash. Alright? Slash. I like how that word sounds. It's like a very famous guitarist. Okay, number 9. We are going to focus on these two symbols. If you see, as you can see, and it's the same symbol, but like we are looking at it in a mirror. Yes. But in this case, it's called less than, and in this case, greater than. Why? Well, because in this part, we say 2, because that's the number, is less than 8. So in this case, less than significa menor que. 2 es menor que 8. 2 is less than 8. And in number 10 is the opposite. 8 is greater than 2. El 8 es mayor que el 2. Alright? And now we're going to see only a few fractions. Okay? Fractions. Sorry. There you go. Okay, number 11 is 1, 1. No, I think in Spanish we call this fraction un entero. So it also changes in English. In English we are going to say exactly the name of this number, 1, but here we are going to say the word entero in English, which is whole. 1 whole. Okay, un entero. Number 12, of course this is not 1, 2. It means un medio. Remember this word? We have seen it before during our time class. 10:30, 11:30. It means media or mitad. In this case, it's un medio. Okay, 1/2. Try not to say the letter L. Half. Alright? Great. Number 13. Now I changed the number. We can use different numbers, not only one. In this case, I prefer to write number 2. So in this part, we are going to say 2/3. 2/3. Since we are saying 2, which means 2 or more, well, only 2, sorry. However, we need to add an extra S. If in this part we'll have number 1, it will say 1/3, un tercio. But since we have a number 2, we are going to say 2/3, 2/3. Alright? This is easy, right? Number 14 is going to be 1/4. 1/4. Okay. Please pay attention with this word, quarter. Quarter means a quarter of something, one part of 4 things, right? Quarter, un cuarto. It's not the same word as como una habitación, un cuarto donde uno estudia, duerme. That word is room, but in this case is quarter. Alright? And finally, number 15 is going to be 1/5. Okay? 1/5, un quinto. Y bueno, por mi parte eso es todo en cuanto a estas clases. Pues ya, ahora sí ya toca regresar a las aulas. Espero nos vaya todo muy bien. Ya veremos las clases con los libros. Va a cambiar todo esto, ¿de acuerdo? Pero bueno, recordemos que es para bien. De favor asegúrense de tener en sus cuadernos esta clase, así como las 3 anteriores. La que hicimos apenas junto con esta, que es la de Money, y las de la semana pasada, que fueron Body y Clothes, ¿de acuerdo? Ya que esas ya cuentan para el segundo trimestre. Bueno, por mi parte eso es todo. Ya toca decir hasta la próxima semana. Y bueno, mientras, disfruten de este fin de semana largo. Y nos estaremos viendo muy pronto. So long, students.